Hi guys, it's Sprout here. I hope you're very excited for this video because I am. This story is so cute and wholesome. There is a little trigger warning that there is a character death. It's a little sad, but for the most part the story is very wholesome. So I hope you guys enjoy it. After many days of walking, the small orange kit finally found shelter by this barn. Unfortunately, though, there were many cats around, and he was nervous. He watched as an older-looking she-cat walked out of the barn. He crouched down and tried to see if she seemed friendly. Wanting to get a better look, he slowly began to creep closer, curiosity getting the better of him. Suddenly, a white cat leaped towards him. "Ah!" he screamed, bolting in the other direction. Quickly, he managed to climb up a stump, wanting to get away from this cat, who kept walking towards him. But it seemed like the cat wasn't interested in him anymore and turned to walk away. He was relieved. Taking a moment to breathe, he noticed the black she-cat looking over at him. She must have heard him screaming. "Is everything okay, dear?" she said, sniffing around the area for a sign of life. Are you gonna hurt me?" the kit asked, crouching lower. No, of course not," she tilted her head. "Oh, well, hi," he said, slowly walking over to her, but less freaked out. "Hi," she greeted back in a friendly tone. Getting closer to the she-cat, he noticed that her eyes were both blue and seemed different than any cat he had ever seen before. "Is this your home?" "Yes, this is where I sleep every night." She shook her head and placed the memories aside. "You could join me. What's your name?" Really? I would love that! But I don't have a name. At least, not when I remember." She looked down at him, sadly, but quickly smiled. "I'll find out what fits you best. Eventually. It's okay." She began to walk inside of the barn. With a pep in his step, the small red kit began to follow this cat. There was a few other cats, but they were all just lounging about, chatting, didn't really seem interested in him at all. The she-cat stopped for a moment, and instead of looking around, she lowered her head and began to sniff. He watched curiously. Eventually, she jumped up onto a hay bale, and he quickly followed after her. "So, what's your name?" he asked. She couldn't help giggling a bit at the kit's antics. "I'm Nile." "Oh, it's nice to meet you, Nile," he purred and pawed at the hay. She purred, picking hay from beneath her before laying down next to him. "It's nice and warm in here." "Yes, it's better than the cold snow," she agreed. "For real, I walked so far to find this place." Wow, you are one strong kid," she complimented him. Me? Thanks! I want to grow up and be super strong." "I'm sure you will. You're already stronger than little old me," she chuckled. Is something wrong with your eyes?" he asked, not wanting to be rude, but just wanting to know. She looked downwards at her paws. "Yes, I was born without the ability to see." "Oh, wow," he said, surprised. "But it seems like you do a good job, though." She looked down at him admiring his kindness. "Why, thank you. Maybe when I get big, I can hunt for us." "That sounds great, but for now, I could grab us breakfast," she said, raising to her paws. "Can I come?" he asked, jumping to his paws as well. "Sure," she said in a kind voice. She took a few moments to gather her bearings before walking out of the barn. He quickly followed after her, and to both of their surprise, it was snowing. "Even though I can't see it, the snow is truly beautiful. The way it feels and crunches under my paws. It's like rain, but cold," he said with a small giggle. Niall crouched down. She scented a close piece of prey. The small red kit quickly followed after her, copying her exactly. Both cats hid in the grass. Everything was silent. She was able to feel movement on the ground, indicating how close the rabbit was. "Now," she whispered, "jump on that little rabbit." Suddenly he leaped, pouncing on the rabbit, making sure to hold on tight as it tried to get away. I got it, he said, picking up the prey and walking back to Niall. She cheered, "Good catch." Suddenly, a large cat began walking closer to them. Did it want to steal their rabbit? "You're an amazing hunter already," Niall complimented the kit just as this cat approached them. He quickly ran behind Niall, terrified. "Greetings, I mean no harm," the large she-cat spoke. Niall, suddenly realizing how close this cat was, jumped back, a little startled. The kit slowly walked closer. Hi? "Do you live here as well?" he asked, tilting his head. She didn't look like a barn cat. She had a funny star on her forehead. The she-cat smiled. "Just wondering if any of y'all would like to join WindClan. I am Monarch Star." "Oh, wow! Niall, do you want to join?" he asked. Not even sure what a clan was, but he was very excited. "I live next to y'all, youngster." Niall narrowed her eyes. "I've never thought of a clan before." There was a few heartbeats of silence. "Oh, whatever. I'll join." "Yay! I'm so happy. Thanks, Niall." "Great! Honored to have y'all in WindClan," she meowed warmly. But the small red kit looked up at her. Miss, I don't have a name yet." Niall kneeled down. "You'll get a really cool name, youngin'." "Yes, now follow me," she said, leading the two to WindClan territory. The kit picked up the rabbit and began to drag it, following behind the two other cats. "Welcome to WindClan," Monarch Star said proudly as they entered the camp. "Whoa," the small red cat said, looking around. He couldn't help but notice that there wasn't very many cats in this camp. Only 2 or 3 could really be seen. He wondered what happened. Niall also took a moment to sniff around and get familiar with her new home. "It's very nice," she noted, when suddenly a kit about his size approached them and said, "Hello." But before he could even respond, Monarch Star jumped up onto the rock in the middle of the camp. "Cats of WindClan, I call a clan meeting." He gasped excitedly and quickly trotted over to Niall, sitting close to her and looking up at Monarch Star. "Today we welcome 2 new cats to WindClan. This small red kit will now be known as Leappaw." The small group of cats all cheered for him. He will be mentored by our warrior, Batflight. Leappaw was easily able to identify Batflight. There was only 2 or 3 cats in this camp. He quickly walked over to get a better look, bowing his head before running back over to Niall. Now then, Monarch Star looked over at Niall with a warm smile. In the background, he could hear another warrior mumble, "Awfully small to be an apprentice." "Now, as you will be accepted into the clan, I shall be giving you a warrior name. Will you accept the name I and StarClan have chosen?" Niall gives a quick nod. "Great. You shall now be known as Warmside. That's all. Clan dismissed." Leappaw jumped to his feet, walking in front of his friend to give her a very gentle nose boop. "Aw, Warmside, that's such a good name." A warrior known as Fern Runner approached the two, eyeing them down. "Hi, Leappaw," Grimpaw said, excited. Hi, Grimpaw," he smiled, excited to be accepted by the other apprentice. "Welcome to WindClan," Fern Runner growled before walking off. "Is that your mentor, Grimpaw?" he whispered to her as the aggressive warrior walked away. "He seems kind of grumpy," he joked. "Don't worry about him. And no, my mentor is Monarch Star." Warmsight chuckled as she watched the 2 apprentices talk. It was nice. "What? That's so cool! Your mentor's the leader? Wow." "I know. She brought me in when I was a rogue. She's kind of like a mother to me." Warm Eyes chirped in, "Whoa, we were rogues as well." "Yeah, Warmsight found me by the barn. I should probably go find Batflight. I'm so excited to start training. I'll see you both soon. Bye," he said before running off. Quickly, he turned around and gave Warmsight a quick nuzzle. He had started to see her much more of a motherly figure. He looked around camp for what seemed like forever and still couldn't find Batflight. With a small sigh, he gave up for now and wandered back over to Warmsight. She could sense him and looked down, purring and greeting. "I'm sure he'll be back," he laughed, curling up next to her. Warmsight looked down at him and then back up. "We're gonna be just fine living here." Suddenly there was a meeting called. He quickly leaped to his feet and gathered where everyone else was sitting. Monarch Star seemed upset. "We have shocking news. There has been wolves scented around our territory." Wolves?" Leappaw said. The rest of the clan erupted with fear and shock. Monarch Star waited until the cat settled down. She looked at the group. "Batflight's body was found by the barn." "What? Batflight? What? How could this happen?" The clan all cried in unison. Everyone was very upset. "StarClan light his path," Monarch Star spoke. This wasn't fair," Leappaw thought. "He had just gotten this mentor and he died." Fern Runner dipped his head, but was not sad at all. Suddenly, Grimpaw spoke up. "Wait, are you sure he's dead?" Monarch Star simply looked at the apprentice and nodded sadly before holding her head up high. "Everyone, I have some more announcements. Titan, Alona, has decided they would like to join WindClan. He will be known as Silver Crouch. The clan all cheered for him, but still very sad. Now though, she carried on, we need a medicine cat. Warmside, would you like to be WindClan's medicine cat? She asked with a big smile on her face. The blind she-cat gasped when her name was called. Her head up high, she responded, I'll be sure to learn all I can, Monarch Star. I can do it. Thank you, Warmside. Now, because we're short on warriors, Leappaw will train with Grimpaw until further notice. I will mentor both of them. Silver Crouch, would you take the honor and mentor in Scorchpaw? As you wish, ma'am. The very polite new warrior spoke. Great. StarClan will light our path. This meeting is dismissed. It was late, and both of the apprentices quickly went back to their apprentice den, curling up. Eventually, Leappaw could hear Grimpaw crying quietly. What's wrong, Grimpaw? He asked, getting up and walking closer to her. He gently rubs her back with his paw, comfortingly. Batflight was our first member, other than me and Monarch Star. I'm sad I never got to train under him. He seemed like such a good warrior. At least we can train hard and maybe seek revenge on those wolves. He sighed. Well, try and get some sleep, okay? He purred. He curled back up and began to fall asleep again. He was having trouble sleeping and decided to watch the stars, when suddenly Grimpaw awoke. Good morning, Grimpaw, he said, hoping she felt a little better than last night. Without saying anything, she stood up and took a step out of the den before looking back. I'm gonna go on a walk, but I'll be back, okay? Just please promise me you won't tell Monarch Star, she said. Leappaw had a horrible feeling about this, but he didn't want to upset his friend anymore, and she at least trusted him to keep her secret. Nodding, he responded, Okay, Grimpaw. He laid back down in the nest, looking up at the sky, watching the moon slowly leave view. He couldn't really rest. He felt so nervous. Getting up, he decided to go find Warm Eyes, who thankfully had just left her den as well. The two exchanged a gentle hello and good morning before Leappaw looked at his paws nervously. Grimpaw said not to tell Monarch Star, but she didn't say anything about Warm Eyes, and she still wasn't back yet. Grimpaw went on a walk last night. I hope she will come back soon, he said, kind of mumbling, but definitely loud enough for Warm Eyes to hear. Oh my. Let's hope she comes back, okay? Warm Eyes said, trying to be positive. She could tell how nervous he was. Yeah. Looking around the camp, he noticed Scorchpaw. Quickly walking over, he spoke. Hey, Scorchpaw, want to help me find Grimpaw? Scorchpaw sighed. Fine, I'll help, but I'm not happy about it. Scorchpaw, who was much bigger than Leappaw, led the way out of camp, and they both began to sniff around for Grimpaw. Monarch Star found the two apprentices wandering around. She calmly walked over to them. What's going on here? She meowed. Leapkit didn't want to lie to his leader, so he told her. Grimpaw left last night, but has not been back yet. Monarch Star's eyes widened. No, she said in disbelief. Do you think another clan took her? Leappaw asked. Monarch Star. She pondered. I'll send a patrol out for her soon. She might come back. Right now, Leappaw, we shall train. Follow me. Oh, okay, Monarch Star. Thank you. He bowed his head to her. Monarch Star led him to a place where the earth was a little bit more sunken in. Perfect place for training. The two spent the morning training together, and Monarch Star was very impressed with how quickly Leappaw managed to pick up all of the moves. When suddenly she froze. Her paws began to tremble. Leappaw tilted his head. What's wrong? Oh, I'm all right. Let's get back to camp, she said warmly. Leappaw was a little suspicious, but happily followed his leader back to camp. Walking back into camp, they were approached by Warmside, who looked like she was crying. Monarch, Leappaw. Looking down at the ground, he suddenly realized what was there. Grimpaw's body laid motionless in front of Warmside. I found her mutilated by wolves by the barn. Grimpaw, no! I should have gone with her. Leappaw began to sob. Oh my, Monarch Star managed to say. Leappaw quickly walked over to the body, throwing himself on top of it, crying and holding her. No, Leappaw, you need to be alive, Warmside said, crying. It's not your fault, she said, as Leappaw curled up around her. May Star Clan light my kid's path, Monarch Star managed to say, trembling. The three cats grieved over Grimpaw for a very, very long time. Many moons have now passed, and unfortunately, WindClan was never able to recover from the wolf pack. The only three remaining cats were Monarch Star, Warmlight, and Leappaw, but today was a special day for him. Monarch Star, in true fashion, never stopped with the warrior code and continued. May all cats old enough to catch their own prey gather around the tall rock for a clan meeting. The two cats were already there. Leappaw, you have trained hard as an apprentice, and I feel it is time for you to become a warrior. Warmside gently nuzzled him, even though he was almost bigger than she was now. Thank you, Monarch Star. You have been a great mentor. Leappaw, you shall now be known as Leapheart. Thank you, Monarch Star. It's a very honorable name, Leapheart said. Leapheart, Leapheart, Leapheart! The very old elder, Warmside, cheered. Monarch Star smiled at her two clanmates and proudly said, Clan dismissed. Everything begins to fade to white. You now see Little Sprout sitting in front of you. Wasn't that so wholesome? Oh, this roleplay was one of my favorites. It really proves that you don't need a bunch of people in a roleplay for it to be awesome. At the end, there was only 3 of us, and it was still so much fun. Funny enough, it turned out that I was actually role-playing with a fellow YouTuber, and we had no idea. I'm going to go ahead and put their username on screen because they make really cool videos, and I think more people should support them. On a slightly more serious note, I just wanted to mention that I'm probably going to make a lot of mistakes in these videos with names and spelling and all kinds of stuff. I'm very dyslexic, and so I just sometimes say the wrong thing or don't read something correctly. I also might change voices mid story. I'm not a professional and I just do this for fun, so please try not to be too harsh on me. But regardless, if you like these videos, please hit subscribe and leave a comment. I can't wait to make another Kit video, and who knows, maybe he'll become a warrior, or not a warrior, maybe he'll become a leader next time, you know, who knows. Okay, let me go. Bye. Wanting to get a better look, he slowly started creeping closer to, oh my god. He scrambled up an old wooden stump. Quickly, he managed to scramble up an old stump. It's a stump. Oh my god, it's a stump. Is there a plane? A motorcycle? It's like 2 in the morning. I'm trying to record. Thank you. She purred and pawed at the hay herself, kneading little biscuits. She purred along. I'm sure you will. You're already stronger than me. Little old me. Great. Howdy, y'all. Great. Yes, this is where I sleep every night. That's not her voice.